A new electric valve is going to be installed on site. Let's take a look at this valve. It is an IC220 electric valve. This kind of valve is relatively less used on site. Let's take off the cover and study it later. It is a 220 electric valve. Let's disassemble this junction box. Look at the wiring method of this valve. Generally, there will be a schematic diagram on an outer cover of this valve, right? It is also called a wiring diagram. We can see the wiring diagram on the cover of this valve. It is very clear. The top three are a control loop, belonging to 456. Terminal 456 is a control loop. The fourth is the common terminal, a set of braking signals composed of 4 and 5. The above is the full open signal. In fact, the braking signal is to obtain a normally open point. When the open point is closed, it means that the valve is fully opened. 4 and 6 are signals of one open point and one closed point. When the valve is fully closed, the open point becomes the closed point, and the signal is transmitted to the control loop. And then the valve contactor stops. Let's look at this 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 is a main circuit. 1, 2 is a circuit with a valve open. 1, 2. When 220 energized, the valve turns in the direction of opening. 1 and 3 are one main circuit for closing. When the 1 and 3 are powered by 220, the valve runs in the direction of closing. After reading this wiring diagram, let's take a look at this terminal. The lines 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on this terminal are corresponding to the colors red, blue, yellow, green, black and white, and red, blue, yellow, green, black and white can be matched. Now we put the cover is opened. After the cover is opened, there should be a line position mechanism of a valve inside. Now the red needle indicates a position of a closed position. Let's open the cover to see a structure inside. After opening, we can see there are two wires on a disc. This is a wire. There are two wires here. There is a black one. This should be a capacitor and a motor of 220. It needs a capacitor in particular. I take a look at the mechanism of this line position. This is a mechanism of a low voltage line position. Here are some open lines. The open line is the same as the closed line. You also need this small ball, and then turn it. After turning to the start position, you will press the motor of the start position to this point. After pressing, the signal will be transmitted to in the control circuit. According to the on-site valve, one switch limit of the valve is the open point, so we need to carry out a series of modifications to the original control circuit of the valve, and then need to add two intermediate relays in the control box.